Cuz! I can't thank you enough for including me in your career. For the, let's see, we've been doing business together since 85 with you and Lester and Ed and Sidney Hunter and Barano. I mean, we all, I know I can name 4 or 5 more that we all started. We were all, tri-state guys back in the day. And I remember those days, and I remember, what it was like getting started. Listen to Richard back in my office bitch about the fact that you didn't have a fax machine. And everybody else had a fax machine. That was the beginning of our wheeling and dealing right there. I enjoyed, all the things that we did together. I think we both have in common that we've never had to sell to people we didn't like. Thank you for your friendship and your companionship and your business relationship and everything else we've had over these years. Now, I said all that to you, but I'm supposed to, well, first of all, I was supposed to send pictures, but I'm telling you, I couldn't send any damn pictures that we had because you won't believe how skinny you and I were in them damn pictures. I didn't even realize it was us, but we were standing in front of Earnhardt trailers and other crap like that, so I knew it was us. I want to tell everybody that's listening now, that's watching this video, about a Jim Norris they think they know, but they may not know. Jim Norris will sometimes not tell you everything. Now, you may not realize this, but yes, Jim will not tell you everything. Jim thinks that is avoiding lying. It was just to keep information to itself. Well, I want to tell you that the best time I ever saw him do it was back in the 80s and everything else. He was still working at the Valdosta store, and I had screwed up some fixtures, and we ordered the wrong ones. We had to order some new ones. And he was trying to sell light fixtures to the HD or Hughes Supply construction or whatever you call it, plumbing supplies or whatever like that. And I kept missing the delivery on these fixtures. I think they were track heads. And he kept telling me, "Hey man, it's okay. I've been talking to this girl over there, and I'm telling you, man, she sounds good. Cuz I don't care. I want to talk to her every day, so I don't care if you ship light fixtures or not." I said, "Well, do you need them?" "Yeah, I need them, but So we finally got them shipped. I'll bet you, I don't know for a fact, but I'm pretty damn sure. I'll bet you he didn't tell Jenny that the damn light fixtures come in for over a month. Wasn't lying to her. Just didn't deliver them. But he got to keep talking to her. And, well, I don't have to say anything more. It's right there with y'all. You don't have that statement about Jim Norris that not everybody knows. Jim Norris likes to be right. He's pretty much, he's pretty much correct most of the time. Is that we were together. It was back around that same time. Well, him and Jeannie were together by then, and me and him and Jeannie and my wife at the time, Leanne, who also had to be right about everything. We went out to dinner or something, and we came back to Jim's house, and we were sitting around a table, and we were talking about people and everything. It's like we'd been talking about music almost all night long, because I used to steal all those MP3s back when you weren't supposed to download them, but I did anyway. And we were talking, and we were talking about some person or whatever, and this person basically said, Jim goes, "Cuz, you know what Michael Jackson said? One bad apple." Now, I knew not to push it too far, but I can't help myself. So I basically looked at everybody at the table, and I go, "Jim, Michael Jackson didn't sing One Bad Apple. That was Donny Osmond." And he said no, cause it was Michael Jackson. And I said, no, I don't think so. Well, we didn't have phones and crap back then, so, it wasn't like we could look it up, or you can't go to the internet and everything else. And I'm thinking this is, late 80s, early 90s. So we called Gulf 104, the radio station. And the guy at Gulf 104 said, we answered the phone, DJ, and like we were requesting a song or something. And we asked him, we said, who sung One Bad Apple? And he said, the Osmonds. And okay, all right, so we got it straight from Gulf 104 and hung up the phone. Okay, Jim ain't saying anything. My ex-wife, who agreed with him, ain't saying anything. Jenny has not said anything through the whole conversation because I love her. She knows when not to talk. I know she talks a lot, but she knows when not to talk. Especially if we're going to tell Jim he's wrong. So, we have an argument. We just sort of bust up for the evening. It got quiet and everything else. So we get out. I leave, and my ex-wife gets in the car, and she goes. She don't say anything for a few miles home, and then she goes, "Hey, you weren't right either." And I go, "What do you mean? You heard him say." You heard the guy say it on the phone. He said the Osmonds. You said Donny Osmond. I guess that was the out that her and Jim needed. So never brought the subject up again, but we've talked about it from time to time because me and Jenny still think it's funny. Yes, it was the Osmonds. It was not just Donnie. I appreciate the memories, my friend. Congratulations on retirement.